African slavery is a topic often told from only one perspective, but the truth is much more complex. In this video, we uncover the untold story of African slavery, before, during, and after the transatlantic slave trade. Stay with us as we explore a history that shaped nations and still affects lives today. Before European involvement, long before European ships arrived, slavery already existed in Africa. It was part of many societies, but it looked very different from what would come later. Most slaves were prisoners of war, criminals, or people in debt. They were often treated as part of the household, not as property. In many cases, they could earn their freedom, marry, or even rise to power. These systems were complex and not always cruel. But the arrival of outsiders would change everything. The transatlantic slave trade. In the 15th century, European traders, starting with the Portuguese, began capturing and buying African slaves. Over the next 400 years, more than 12 million Africans were taken from their homes. They were packed into ships under inhumane conditions, facing starvation, disease, and abuse. This brutal journey, known as the Middle Passage, killed many before they even reached the Americas. Families were torn apart. Languages, cultures, and identities were lost. Slavery became a business, one that destroyed countless African communities and enriched Europe and the Americas. African involvement. It's important to understand that some African leaders and traders played a role in the slave trade. They captured rivals, enemies, or criminals and traded them for guns, cloth, or alcohol. Many did not know or ignored what happened to these people after they were taken. This part of the story is difficult, but it must be told, because history is not just about victims and villains. It's about understanding the full picture. Abolition and legacy. The transatlantic slave trade was officially abolished in the 1800s. Britain ended it in 1807, the United States in 1808, and slavery itself was outlawed in most places by the end of the century. But the damage was already done. Africa lost generations of people. It lost builders, thinkers, farmers, and artists. The continent's development was slowed, and the trauma lives on. Today, we still see the effects in racism, in economic struggles, and in broken connections between Africans and the African diaspora. But Africa also stands tall. Cultures survived, people resisted, and now new generations are reclaiming their history and building their future. Thank you for watching this video on the true history of African slavery. If this story opened your eyes or taught you something new, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. What part of this history surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. In our next episode, we'll explore the great African kingdoms that existed before colonization. See you there.